Hey, welcome back everyone. I'm not sure if I'm in like a state of zen-like focus or if the game is just actually running a little bit slower. Like it just feels like it's running a little bit slower to me. I was noticing that when I was running up here. Again, I'm on like Xbox One, so it's not like some weirdness going on with my computer. The surface area for shots is a lot smaller. At any rate, I got us over to the door here. It's the thing we all know why we're here. And it's not to run to here, it's to get to here and kill this guy. Oh, okay, that was bad. I wish I knew which attacks he followed up on. Just a little bit better. Again, I need to be running behind him when he does that. Overall, this could be going better, but looking pretty winnable so far. Alright, here come the butterflies. Like to not get totally wasted by that, for instance. I was actually a lot more worried about the butterflies just raining all down. That's alright. We're just getting back in the flow here. Was probably our second worst attempt at actually killing him. You know, after we had no willpower last time and played until we were horrible. But overall, he still just feels like just gotta play perfectly, and then he'd be pretty easy, I think. Also, I totally forgot to send the elevator back to myself. I skipped that. I wasn't talking with you guys, so I didn't have the focus, the presence of mind to send the elevator back to myself. Which it turns out is actually pretty okay. I'll show you guys why up here. The knight doesn't really aggro on us, and all the sorcerer does is buff the knight and then like loom menacingly on the edge of your vision. Come over here. Oh, we do need to actually get in there though so that the knight doesn't aggro. Yeah, check this out. So like the sorcerer doesn't really want to come like fight us because the sorcerer is weak, and the knight doesn't realize that the sorcerer sees us. So we're actually just fine. We just can hang out, chill. It's all right. I mean, is that sorcerer really going to try and rush us down with their sword? No, not a chance. So you know, we can all just live peacefully. It's all great. It's a beautiful world, the world of Dark Souls, a world of coexistence and love between hollowed people that have like lost their soul, it feels like, in a certain way. I think soul is probably a fair way of putting it. You know, like us. You can't really see our face. We're wearing this sweet hood. But, yeah. See, look at that. It just seems like the game's running a little bit slower. Though again, perhaps I'm just hyper-focused. It's a beautiful day out. A little bit cloudy, but temperature-wise, perfect. Makes it a pretty good day to just open the windows and play some swords. Oh, Jesus, it's falling already. A dodge? I didn't even know he could dodge. die all at once. Bob. Focus, Bob. Oh, jeez. I didn't actually catch what just happened. Oh, no. Oh, we got our drink off. Just barely. Oh, no! The eye tracking fierce attack there. After he dropped down on the knee the second time, he really started pushing the tempo. Perhaps that was, like, just fair play because we were really destroying him in the first half of that fight. All of a sudden, things went pear-shaped, though. Trying to think of what I could do a little bit differently. I suspect that when he drops to his knee the second time, because all of a sudden the possibility of him landing combos on us is so much higher, it might be a good idea to spend that time just using an ember. See if we can get that off, and then we'll have a bit more maximum health in order to not die to those combos. Because all of a sudden he is just coming at us. I don't actually mind too much having the time to think on my way over there. You know, the elevator provides me with that if I don't remember to summon it back down, though. Oh, I did remember this time. Look at me! Look at me with my thinking ahead. What else is out there? Read an interesting article about imposter syndrome today. I'm all about articles about imposter syndrome. Because I went to grad school, and grad school is where you find out that you're not smart, and that essentially it's just a matter of time before someone figures out that you're not smart, and your whole life falls apart. That's what you learn in grad school, more so than anything about like your particular field of study. And that's what imposter syndrome is feeling that way. What this article was talking about, it was talking about it in like the software space, what I do now. And actually when making software, I feel a lot less of an imposter. Largely because there's a lot of feedback that I get from like my peers, you know, the compiler of the code that I'm writing, and then writing unit tests to make sure I'm doing the right thing. But it was real bad. It was real bad. Really thought I could just rotate around that. We need him to whiff before we can actually heal that. Oh! Ouch. The shield bashes come out a lot faster. I believe I've complained about the shield bashes before, though. Okay, so what this article was saying about imposter syndrome was essentially that in the particular context of software development, but also in life in general, there's this concept of like you do this thing as part of your job, right? And you do that as part of a business. Most people do, anyhow. And to a certain extent, the people running the business, the people managing you, even if you're doing a less than ideal job at that particular thing that you're good at, probably don't really care. You're kind of, to them, a conduit that they put money into, and they get out whatever the heck they make money off of, right? You're, not like a cog in a machine, not seeing that in a bad way, but seeing that in a way of just like, who cares if you're doing a perfect job or not? Who cares if there's someone that could be writing code better than you, or doing science or research better than you? As long as you're doing a job that's effective for the purposes of the business or the purposes of like the larger goals that you're part of, that's okay. That's good enough. You should always like try and get feedback. You should always try and improve yourself, of course, but you don't need to hold yourself to the standard of doing everything perfectly, because even the people that are giving you money probably don't care too much. This is particularly true in software because there's always something that you could be doing better, and actually doing everything perfectly is stupid because it takes so catastrophically long to get anything right. Whoa, okay. who replaced him with a freaking monster boss here? I thought we lost him, you know? Oh, jeez. About to get a second hit. There we go. Now we can dodge that. Oh, Bob, I swear to God. Oh, come on, man. Just keep your feet on the bridge. Is it that hard, Bob? Is it that hard? You're an imposter, Bob. Everything you do could be done better. If only you were better at being Bob, Bob. Come on. I was explicitly thinking about the risk of getting knocked off of the bridge there. I was just like, probably won't happen. It'll probably be fine. We'll go over by the bridge. Dang, we were scrapping him too. So yeah, the important thing to know about imposter syndrome is that nearly everyone feels that way. It's something that's kind of just, it feels like it's a new-ish thing, or like maybe I'm just hearing about it in my life kind of for the first time recently. But I think it's something that's really been around forever, that people, particularly young people, like starting out in life, eventually you start to feel like, you know, oh, I've been doing this for 10 years and I've gotten most of the questions I'm going to get, I'm probably good at this. But particularly when you're starting up something new in your life, whether that's like leaving college and starting up a new job, or going to college and thinking, oh my god, everyone here is so smart, what am I doing here? That's something that people have always felt, and it's like a reasonably universal thing, I think. There's certain circumstances that lead to it more, though. Like, if you're not getting very direct feedback, like, school solves this problem by giving people grades so that they know if they're doing well. It's like an attack off that. It's brutal. Oh. Alright, Dragon Slayer. How are we gonna pick him apart? We've done extremely well in the past. I think I'm just underselling, like, it seems like when he lunges forward, brings this all the way back, and smashes it into the ground, intuitively, that feels like something that should have a few attacks of punishment that I could dish out to him afterwards. It turns out it's actually one of his fastest recovering attacks, though, because he can shield bash behind him really easily afterwards. And I feel like that's one of the things, when I'm getting blown out like that, it's almost always the case that he's doing that attack and I'm trying to punish him afterwards. I need to not. I need to roll that and then either give him some space so that I don't get shield bashed afterwards, or just be ready for another roll. We still got a ton of embers. I don't think I'm going to bust out the green blossoms. Those are more useful when blocking is a big deal. In this fight, blocking is not a big deal. We are rolling oftentimes to the point that we run out of stamina, but it seems like usually not an issue. Go, go, go! Oh, wait. Stop, stop, stop! Send this back! My trip to St. Louis went pretty well. If you're making something for people, you should go try and find those people. Like, on a very broad sense. In my case, we were making software. We found the people that would be using the software that we're making, saw what they're working on, working with now. Really rewarding experience. If you got off the wall, he's not buying this. Oh no, that's green blossoms! Guys, I don't know if you know this, but green blossoms do not heal you. You can't just eat some green blossoms and like get hit by a giant axe and live. You'll have slightly more stamina when you die, but you won't actually live through the attack that's killing you. Unlike Estus, where if you you don't even need to be all the way through the animation. Like if it's like right here, you'll get hit and it'll you'll like jerk back and just finish the drink in order to not die. Which is actually very similar to now that I'm thinking about it, the card game Bang. If you've ever played that, it's like a spaghetti western card game that you play against other people. It's actually really awesome, and you should play it. It's really fun and accommodates like a ton of people. Anyhow, if you want board or card game suggestions, I've got them for days. In Bang, if you die but you're holding a beer, you can chug your beer in order to not die. Not like a real beer, not like a real life beer, but there's a card called beer that gives you 1 health, and you can drink it to save your life if you would otherwise die. There's also like Saloon, which everyone drinks a beer, but you can't use that to save your own life. It's only beer. Only beer may be chugged from the ground to stay alive. There's a unique property of the beer in that game. Beer is explicitly written into the rules. Estus works that way. At least in Dark Souls 3 it does. Where like I guess what actually happens is that the heal comes out very early on in the animation. Combo! Landed none of them on me. I knew that. Risky. It wasn't actually risky, it was guaranteed. Bob Tug. Oh! That animation. Didn't expect that to trap me. Oh no, which both of those? I actually was like pressing the B button, but the reaction was a little bit too slow. I think if I had been buffering my roll, so buffering is something that you usually hear about in fighting games, where you can, for instance, in Street Fighter, you can crouch throw a an attack out there, and then while that attack is going off, you could say, do the input for a dragon punch or a fireball. And once you get done with the animation on that attack, your fireball or dragon punch or whatever will come out afterwards on the first frame that it could possibly come out. So instead of having to have this flawless superhuman timing to chain together your attacks well, you can enter the commands while another animation is playing and have it be executed in a frame-perfect fashion, meaning on the first frame that it could possibly be done. This is also true in the Soul series. And right there, I think if I would have buffered the second roll to avoid the attack that ended up killing me, I think I would have been fine. But instead, I was waiting and trying to respond to him, and it just came out a little bit too late. But his attack might have been predetermined, like he might have always been doing a 2-hit combo there. So I could have maybe even known from first principles that I should have buffered my rolls. I maybe always should have been doing 2 rolls there. Buffering, not to be confused with buffing my weapon with Carthus. Alright, let's do this. You guys had it too good for too damn long. Anti-timing works. Nope. Woo! Getting some spicy invincibility frames in there. That's lucky. We got hit by a projectile just a moment before we got hit by him. Neither of them would have been, I mean, his hit would have been most of our health bar, but the little tick from the butterfly beforehand was actually what pushed that over the edge. That I'm willing to call bad luck. I think the best way that I'm seeing to respond to the fact that the butterflies do stuff out there is to just fight him. Just fight him as quickly as you can. It seems very rare that they're actually what's making the difference. I also just realized that we haven't been running into this issue lately, but it would actually be very nice to flip around. Nah, we haven't been running into it enough to actually go back all the way to the Firelink Shrine. Switch around our Estus Flasks was the rest of that thought. Because we don't need anything boosting our magic. We'll give this a few more tries here. If we need to bring it to another video, that is just fine with me. And if we do that, then I will go ahead and off camera, I'll just go flip around my Estus. Let's just win now instead. That sound good to you guys? Sounds pretty good to me. Actually, oh, I can bring that off of there. It's cool. There's also, you can just hold down on the thing in order to go all the way back to the start, which I really need to do. That's a really good tip. Someone in the comments informed me of that. Again, I wish I took down your names. in terms of like when someone says something that's actually useful. It's just tough to have the pivot to actually, but I should do better at it. Alright, let's do this, buddy. Butterflies charging off. I'm not sure if there's anything that I could be doing out of the fact that there's oh man, I really thought that I could be rotating down the road that attack. Taking that a little bit slow, so go back. Able to get off the second attack there. I believe he always drops to a knee a third time, though maybe I'm wrong. His health was very low there. I thought it was at certain like health delineations that he dropped down, but I wonder if it's actually the first one does that and then the butterflies come out, and the second one might actually be a real stagger. It might actually be just like depleting his stamina. I wonder. At any rate, I was out of healing there, other than the ember, which just takes forever to actually get out. So unless you've knocked him down to a knee, it's just not going to happen in the course of that fight. That one was close, though. We get close pretty often. We kill him a lot less often. Like some friends are playing Overwatch. Overwatch is a pretty darn good game, by the way. If you are thinking about checking out, I would recommend it. I mean, definitely don't if you're not interested in first-person shooters, actually. But if you are, and particularly if you have some friends to play with, the game's a blast. Oh, I just realized that you can see the wings through the castle gate here, like up top there. That's kind of cool. Let's do it. Get the Estus flask out, not make the green blossom mistake, as it is known. my god. Oh, how did that attack not get off? Oh my god. I'm falling apart here. Yes. Woo. Dragon Slayer armor. Daunting armor. And down the butterflies go. Whew. An intense boss fight. I was doing really well up until I started realizing how well I was doing. It's an important thing to know about yourself right there. At the end, there were like 3 attacks that I launched that were never gonna hit him, that I threw out there anyways. Just hoping that he'd slip up. And somehow the game would just be generous and give me a kill on him. Trying to think, that might actually be, I don't know, did that take longer than the Pontiff? Pontiff Sullivan? That might have been the toughest boss so far for us. Even though he seemed fairly straightforward. Like, I never felt like it was an unfair fight by any stretch of the imagination. First off, we should probably see what we can make out of his soul.
A heart that returned, and a soul.
Yorm, and there's his shield. Requires 38 strength. Has phenomenal lightning resistance, though. Pretty low on fire. What else does he have? Oh, and his axe. Requires insane strength. On both counts. I'd imagine that's about it. There's usually only 2 per soul. Cool. I'm actually gonna go ahead and get one more healing Estus charge in favor, or as opposed to the magic one. I feel like that's pretty reasonable in general. And we don't have a shard. We can't reinforce this anymore, can we? No, we just Titanite slab. I remember now. How about our shield? What shield do we have equipped right now? No shield, that's right.
Pretty big.
But the shield that we do equip is usually good old crest shield. At which point we are overweight. Probably flipping these around is nearly the best that we can do for that. I'm just kind of feeling lazy, so I'll just go ahead and do that. You know, that gauntlet actually looks very, very heavy for how lightweight these are.
Just quite neat.
Alright, now that we've got that equipped, we can actually be confident that it's the right one. 8 twinkling Titanites. For 1 stability. I don't know if I want to blow every single last twinkling Titanite that we have.
Pretty be careful.
Have we gotten any, like, ashes that we've been forgetting about?
Ashen one.
Nah. Have we gotten any pyromancy things that we've been forgetting about? That'd be cool. I don't think that's true either, though.
I'm a physicist.
Yeah, he doesn't do that evil magic. We can reinforce this more. Titanite chunks. Yeah, might keep my Titanite chunks. No. I don't know what else I'd use them on. I like my Uchi Katana a lot. Alrighty.
Well,
And that brings us to the
very
pièce
well.
de
Then touch the
résistance.
Tekanari.
We could get ourselves... I mean, we got some pretty solid dexterity scaling here. Could just keep on rocking that train. I feel like maybe that's good. So that's like, what? That's like 2%, I guess, actually. And that's about 40, so about like 4% of health. Still seems pretty small, though. More endurance is quite good. Well, I should just go with more endurance.
Farewell, Ash. May the flame.
Basically just embracing the fact that we're swordsmen. Head on back to that Dragon Slayer armor bonfire, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Come back, and hope you're enjoying it. Leave a like, leave a comment, all that good stuff. You're already subscribed, but if you haven't subscribed, what are you, like, it's like video 50 something? You should probably subscribe at this point. Yeah. Tell some friends. See you guys next video. So long.